So greetings everyone. So welcome to our Python portion of the laboratory work in our programming language course. So the instructions will be very similar as the C programming language instructions. In other words, you'll have a repository, you'll have to fork it, and then you work on code spaces to do your work, and you submit your URL to your own repository, and you also can submit the source files. So what has changed is there's a new repository, right? This will be for the Python portion. So for following weeks as well, there will be more additions. What you have to do is log into your account, fork it, right? I'm not gonna fork myself, right? So, and then what you do is you go to code spaces, right? I already have opened up one, but you will make a new one, right? Create a new one, right? I'm gonna open it up. In fact, I actually have it somewhere. Where do I have it? I have it here. Opened up. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to set up, depends how busy is GitHub code space, maybe a little bit longer the first time. The next time should be pretty easy. So, as you can see, it contains the files under source week 1. So you see all the 4 tasks. First, you can do a little test once your code space is set up. This hello world, right? Run it as usual, run Python file, and it runs here. It does work, right? You can check what version of Python you have. You should have Python 3.13 at the moment, right? Maybe something a little bit different, but it should work, still work, right? If everything's set up correctly. Because what I've done is for you guys, set up a dev container, right? This should contain all the instructions to set up code space, right? So you shouldn't worry about these two parts. You shouldn't really be, nothing much should be happening there. Okay, so your tasks are here. Very simple tasks. So again, it should be cake. Simple function for circle area, create a function, do it something, and run it. Same thing for 2, greet user, I mean really simple stuff, right? But I know you can do this, guys, right? So create name, right? All the instructions are here, capitalize, right? Again, it's all for your own practice. Remember, these are not graded, so this is just full practice for you, getting things ready. So task 3, functions of combined logic, analyze sentence, right? Total character count, split, whether it contains Python, right? Simple instruction, right? And then you read sentence from input and call function print results. Again, and task 4 is a little bit more advanced, but again, still relatively simple. So you're going to have multiple functions, count characters, count words, extract numbers, analyze text, right? And then you call this function probably. Yeah, call analyze text and print results, right? So simple practice for function calling in Python, right? Some local variables. Again, this is just for your own practice. Again, not going to be graded. So do your best, work on this, right? So get familiar with Python if you have not done any much work in Python yet, right? You'll see that Python is much easier language than C or C++ or Java, you know, so this will be the most, I think, pleasurable part of the course, except, of course, that Python is dynamically typed. So, you know, it might be easier to make some mistakes again, so that's another problem, of course, right? So, okay, you have setup. Right, I didn't add type hints, but you can of course add your type hints, of course, here, right? That would be a nice thing to do, but not required. And that's it. Yeah, so submit. Then of course you do some changes, like if I did some changes, you know, I did something, you know, return, you know, length characters, you know, return, this would be a solution after this function, return length text, right? That's it, right? Yeah, that should be it, right? It's so simple, right? If I remember correctly, right? Yeah, count characters, non-space. You have to clean some non-space, so that's not so easy. So, but anyways, you see I have a change, I will submit this, right? But I'm not going to change because this is not quite correct, right? You need to fix it, right? So, non-space characters, right? So you have to clean the space first, right? Okay, so this should go well along with your lecture you had this morning. So hopefully, again, it should not present too much trouble. Last thing. So let's go to the course page, right? Remember, those who have not yet answered, right? The graded lab, you have to defend it, meaning you have 3 weeks to defend it, meaning today, 27th, 3rd of November and 10th of November, there's no penalty. You can defend even on 10th, it's fine, right? Penalties for late submission. So 1 grade for already if you submit today, right, by 28th. That's 1 grade penalty and 2 grade penalties submit by 5th of November. You can still submit, right? It's just a little bit less of grade. Okay, so I'll see you in class. Again, happy Python coding and of course defense as well. Alright, thank you everyone.